This is a revolution.
All Elite
Wrestling squeeze is settled.
I want a match that is
Wonderful.
Bubbly.
A paradigm shift.
You wanna kick my friend in his dick?
12,000 tickets sold in just 4 minutes.
The All Elite best tag team division in the world.
Not the Dippin' Dots!
The damn Dippin' Dots didn't do anything to anybody.
What's up, and welcome to episode number 12 of the All Elite Hour. My name is Brian, and I'm with MARKEDOUT Wrestling Podcast, and you can find this show plus our Monday night and Wednesday night live reaction shows available on YouTube. We also stream on Twitch. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Mixer, we're on Podbean. Now we're available on iHeartRadio, so go check us out, MARKEDOUT Wrestling Podcast. Go give us a follow, a subscription, so you can get updates when this episode drops. Plus, like I said, any of our other shows as well. On today's episode, myself, Kyle, and MJ from the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group give our reactions to the most recent episode of Dynamite. Plus, we also kick off our episode with a little bit of drama that's been going on lately in the interwebs. So we just kind of wanted to discuss that with you guys and amongst ourselves too. We always want to be transparent and honest with y'all. So enjoy the conversation that we have. But before you listen to that, please, if you don't do it yet, please go subscribe to AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion on Facebook. You just have to answer 2 questions. It's a private group, and you're in. That's it. You get a lot of updates. You get a lot of real news and real headlines. And I stress that. You'll know why. But you get a lot of that from our group. And we don't appreciate trolls. We don't let trolls even fucking in our group. So that's why we keep it private. But go check us out. Go check out MARKEDOUT Wrestling Podcast. Go check out MLW Discussion. That's our sister group too. But I'm rambling. Enjoy the episode with MJ and Kyle from the discussion group. And welcome to episode number 12 of AEH, the All Elite Hour. And of course, this is presented to you by the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion, which is on Facebook. Just go press that join button, answer a couple questions, then you're in. On today's show, joining myself, we've got Kyle and MJ from the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group. MJ, how are you, man?
I'm halfway there, man.
Halfway to where?
Living on a prayer.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for joining myself and for joining Mr. Kyle. What's going on over in, where are you again, Alabama? I don't know why I always ask where people are. I'm just curious where y'all are calling from. But
I live in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That's fun. All right.
It's where Leonard Skinner recorded here, and quite a few other like big bands.
Okay. What other bands? Any idea?
I'm not too sure.
No.
I used to know, but I've been kind of out of the loop on the music business for a while.
That's okay. This is a wrestling podcast. Let's talk some wrestling.
Exactly.
But before we do that, we have to address the elephant in the room. And I feel like we should address it before we talk about AEW Dynamite, before we go anywhere. All right. There was a little something that happened on the interwebs earlier on today. And this actually, we weren't even really supposed to be recording. And then all this stuff happened. We're like, you know what? We have to do a fucking emergency podcast. We have to. What did Michael Scott say? He said you have to control the story, and then if you put it out there first, then I forget what the fuck he said.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was something like that. But before we talk about Dynamite, let's just talk about this. So last night, this was Friday evening, around 1:30. I don't know, 1:30 a.m. I was just about to go to sleep. I was talking to the rest of the group in the DMs, and I just was perusing Cameo, the Cameo site. Of course, you people are, you know what it is. It's where you pay, and there's celebrities on there. There's musicians, actresses, but there's also wrestlers. And one, namely, there is an MJF on there whose price for his cameo was astronomically way higher than anybody else's. So I found humor in that. I made a tiny little, just innocent post on the discussion board. And that's kind of where everything went really downhill. And I honestly, you know what? You know whose fault this really is, Kyle? I have to say. It's
that bitch Carol Baskins.
Well, yes, Carol Baskins. You're right. Yes, you're right about that. But this was also it was Mr. MJ. He was the one. He was like, you know what, Brian? He's like, you should post that. That's funny. I think people will enjoy that. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. I was like ready to go to sleep. I was ready for bed, but whatever. I fucking posted it, and that was that. I wake up the next morning, and I have a message from Mr. MJ himself, and he goes, "Hey, I think someone's jacking our stuff. I think someone's just posting without giving us any kind of credit or anything." So I was like, and I looked at the post, and I wanted to see, and we're not going to name. We all agree that we're not going to name names or anything. That's not what this is about.
That was that bitch Carol Baskins.
You're right. Again, it was that bitch Carol Baskins. I keep forgetting. But. And I looked on their page, and it was the exact screenshot that I'd posted. They just had cropped it a little bit. Whatever. It was such a fucking meaningless post. But the problem, though, is that we went back and we saw that there were other posts that our page was not credited for. No one was credited for. Nothing. So that's kind of where the problem kind of arose, and that's where things kind of started to gain steam, if you will. So full transparency, right? Full transparency. Yeah. We decided to post a little something on our Facebook on the page to see if this would get reposted. Now we knew it was going in. We knew it was fake. We knew it wasn't real. All it was the little. It was the roster picture screen grab of Cash Wheeler, which is formerly known as Dash Wilder. Thank you. From the Revival from WWE. And of course, they're not even signed to AEW. They're heavily rumored. It's only a matter of time, it seems, but they were never added or anything like that. So it was a blatantly fake picture. And this has been coming up recently. There was, I don't know if you guys are football fans, but there was the Kaepernick to the Jets. That was something that came up a couple days ago. That was going around. And then there was another one too. Who was it? I can't think of it. But anyway, so this was blatantly fake. And I to be honest, and this is all in the DMs too, in our group chat, I felt bad about posting it because I didn't want to spread stuff that's not true. But also, I wanted to make sure that if these certain people were taking our stuff, they should also make sure they should fucking fact check. They shouldn't just post stuff willy nilly. Also, not even giving credit to anyone. So we decided, we're like, you know what, let's wait it out. And I think at this point it was only maybe like 10 minutes, not even, that the thing was up. So I went onto the other page to see if maybe they took the bait. And of course, and I hate saying the bait. It wasn't really, should we call it bait? It wasn't bait.
Most definitely.
It was bait.
It was bait. I guess it was bait.
I will go on record saying that we could have handled it better, but it was a good way of going about it.
Right. So the picture was posted onto their page. Without
with no credit for us.
With no credit, so they posted just completely, blatantly wrong news information.
Brian, we have to put in there too that we are supposed to be in a partnership with this said group. Right. This is not just we're not getting mad at just someone stealing our stuff. We're actually supposed to be in a partnership.
Right, and that's what the whole thing is about too. Good, thank you for bringing that up, MJ. This is supposed to be like a working relationship, and they help us. So we repost their stuff, and they repost ours. But we always link up their page, or we also give them. We let them post on our page without really any of us fucking giving them two thoughts about it. But until all this stuff started happening, that's kind of when things started changing. So one of the admins from our page got in contact with them. And I still don't really know exactly. There wasn't really ever an apology or anything, was there? Like, how is it necessarily handled, Kyle?
What, from the other group?
Yeah.
I don't know. Their apology really wasn't much of an apology. It was more them backpedaling and then them trying to make it seem like we were in the wrong for baiting them.
Right, for putting up the false information, which, and I'll admit, again, that's not something that, like, that we don't ever do that. That's not something that we wanted to do, but we also wanted to make sure that if people were stealing our shit, we wanted to know that it came directly from us. I've watched a lot of mafia movies. I feel like that's something that maybe like we fucking maybe learn from there. But I think all of us, we still, all the admins, we kind of stick to our guns. I feel like this was the right thing to do. We don't want people. First of all, we don't want people spreading false information. Right, that's number one. Exactly. Which, by the way, we deleted the picture from our page. We made a retraction on the edit. I personally made it because it was the one that came from my post. I personally changed the edit. I also commented on the bottom and explained full transparency what was going on. And I hope that the message was put across that these were our intentions from the get-go. We wanted to make sure that it was blatantly being stolen from us. So that's the situation. And then things kind of, well, I guess, I don't know where we're at right now. MJ, how do you feel about the whole situation?
Well, with me, I don't like to be at the forefront of the admin team because I'm just not that person. But I will say this on tape as we're recording right now. Don't mistake our kindness as we're not going to catch anything. We're humble. We are. As maybe sporadic as we can be at sometimes, we still know right from wrong, how to manage this Facebook group. We don't need anyone telling us how to do it any differently. I didn't mean to make that sound like a dick thing, but that is, we've been in this for a while, man. I mean, we have. The amount of shit that we've done, we've just been in it for a while, and we just know right from wrong, and we hope that other people will follow that moral.
Right. Well, and also the other problem too is that 3 or 4 hours later, their post was still up on their page. They never took it down. They never did what they did do. They thank you for this too, by the way. They did credit our page, knowing that it was false information, rather than just taking the fucking thing down and just scrapping it. They're keeping it up for I don't know what fucking reason. We took ours down. We're honest about the fact that was all bullshit. I think I don't know if they're keeping it up just because they want to have the traction. I don't fucking know, but either way, it's fake. So not a good look.
They were literally arguing me in the comments about me baiting them and them saying that they supported us and why did we do this to them on the fake post. I'm like, why is this still up?
This is how I know they don't care. Is because they said that it came from the AEW website. They had no confirmation. We had no confirmation. Like, we made that up. And all these, even past that page, another pages on Twitter and everything were posting that picture. So they are all saying that it came from that website when in fact it didn't. So that's how we caught them.
I had to retweet somebody and make it known that was fake, that I made that.
Right. And you know what?
People were posting it on Twitter, and there was fans getting excited. And I'm like, oh God, what did we do?
and that's the thing too. Like, here, I'll go back to it. I'm going to go to your page right now. I mean, I gotta say, honesty and transparency will go a long way. So I feel like us saying the entire time that this was bullshit, it's not true. Like, we were just doing this for this reason. But I'm looking at all the posts, Kyle, and I mean, I gotta say, everyone is patting you on the back for getting the snakes out of the grass, if you will.
Oh yeah. Like our the purpose of our post worked. Like, it couldn't have been better
in less than 10 minutes. That was a thing. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I felt bad just having it up there because I was like, people were already commenting on it. They're like, this looks fake as fuck. Like, why is this even up here? And I was like, let's keep it up. I can take the beating for a little bit. It's all right. It's just my credibility for temporarily, but it's okay. Like, once the truth comes out afterwards, I feel like that'll, hopefully it'll make everything okay. But that's where we're coming from. That's kind of what was going on. And we're still kind of in the fucking midst of it. So we wanted to just kind of get together and have this discussion, the three of us, but also just explain and kind of talk about what's going on. If you guys maybe caught that on the discussion page, that's kind of the situation. So I guess
I literally made that while I was sitting outside playing with my dogs. on a $3 app on my phone.
Oh, you made that on your phone?
Yes.
Oh, good for you, man.
I wish I could have found. I had to use like a different color background. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. I was trying to find the right background that AEW uses, but
Right.
I couldn't do it, so I just had to go with what I had.
Yeah, that's
And
okay.
I think I ended up using like a 2018 render of Dash Wilder at that.
Even with that, man, as good as Marked Out has been to me, even let me on a fucking show, like, I can't let that shit slide, man. I can't.
Right. Yeah. No. Well, thank you. I mean, yeah. Well, I appreciate that, but still, like, I mean, it shouldn't be done in the first place. Like, even as like innocent as it was just a fucking stupid MJF post on Cameo.
Plus,
it could have been something else. It could have been something bigger. It could have been something. Who knows? And it's not right. It's not true.
Exactly like Brian was saying. Brian, you made a good point when you said that. Yeah, it's just an innocent Cameo post, but if it's something so small, what's to say they're not going to steal something huge?
Right.
So, like, we had to test it, and we got what we wanted out of it.
Yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't say if Brian was not an admin, I don't think that'd be a huge problem. But you are an admin. That's your phone background.
Yeah.
I mean, you make money off of a brand that you know what I mean?
Yeah, but not for nothing too. This is another thing. I don't think we talked about it in the in the apology, quote unquote. Like they kept saying, like, in these times, things are tough. Like we can't be checking, like, fact checking things. So the times are tough. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what?
no one. Like,
what?
for the most part, I mean, everyone's out of work. No one's really doing much. I feel like at this point, everyone is like doing a lot.
But that's like
a lot more. Like have more time on their hands.
That's like saying coronavirus is around. Our world is in trouble. Don't fact check us. Don't be nice to us for stealing your shit. Come on.
Yeah, it was just a cop out. I feel like, but that's that.
Did everybody see the bullshit last night on Twitter with Ryan Satin?
No, what?
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh, okay. So Ryan Satin posted on Twitter last night a picture of the Revival with Jim Cornette, and he said, "I'm not a huge Cornette fan or anything, but even I think him managing the Revival in AEW would be money, even if for a short period of time they'd have nuclear heat with their fan base right from the jump." And then someone said that the AEW wouldn't allow him in there because he's been known to say a bunch of racist stuff. And Ryan Satin replied and said he's gone on record saying that. I've heard him say multiple times on his show that he's not a racist when I've listened for his alternative opinion about an event. If he's gone on record saying he's racist, though, I would never have said this. Why the fuck would someone have to go on record
right
and say that they're racist for you to believe that they are?
Oh my
despite
God.
all the evidence to back it up.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I don't know what world he fucking lives in, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
Well, oh my God. But going back to the drama, if you will, I have nothing else to say on it. Do you guys have anything else to say before we move on?
We got you.
Holy shit. MJ?
We keep our promises.
Okay. All right. So let's get to Dynamite. We can talk about the big things that happened. This was another, of course, empty arena show. We're going to be having that for the next who fucking knows. But what's that?
I'm fairly certain they have Nightmare Factory shows. That Nightmare Factory filmed through May, from what I heard.
Through May. So how many weeks of
11?
Something like that. Yeah.
11 weeks of.
Well, last one was part of those tapings, so they said 12 weeks before that.
This week is part of the tapings as well.
Okay. And they already shot the Moxley Hager match too, correct?
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, they shot that like a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
It is why when you see on the announcement that they made the one they're calling an empty arena match, because it was filmed back at Daly's place.
Yep.
Okay.
you're going to see that match at Daly's place, and you're going to see the rest of the matches at Nightmare Factory. Remember last week's episode? I literally had this discussion. I said it's pretty much not a secret right now that Revival's going to come to AEW once they get released, and then they get released the very next week.
Right. Well, we thought it was just going to be at least one of them, right? Didn't we think it was Dash was the one that was going to be gone first, and then Scott was going to have to stick around?
Yeah, Dash's was either already up or about to be up, and then the other one had to wait till June.
Well, I am looking forward to the Talk is Jericho when those guys are on, because we know that's going to be inevitable also. So I'm sure they'll have something to say as far as
that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
This was a tyrant.
yeah.
I don't see that one being as light as Brody Lee's was. I feel straight burial coming along.
Especially Dash.
Yeah.
They made him trip on live TV and meant it. That's not cool.
Especially when they they talk about that shower incident on Raw.
Oh God!
Where the Usos were shaving them.
Brian knows.
That's right.
I know damn well Brian knows.
Yeah, I remember that one. And then I think a couple weeks after that, didn't they have? Didn't Dawson have didn't they put Bengay in his trunks or something like that? Yeah.
Yep.
He was scooting his ass on the stage. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll talk about Hall of Fame too.
Hall of Fame? How?
Yeah, when he fucking pushed that guy.
Oh fuck, that's
and
right.
Dash, when Dash beat that Bret Hart attacker.
That's right.
Yeah, he fucking decked his ass.
Right.
He hasn't even talked about it yet, and I bet he can now with the freedom.
That's true. All right, but let's get to Dynamite. This show kicked off with a Jake Roberts promo, which was directed right towards Cody. This one he was just going through situations of. He said, you wouldn't get on a train in front of a train while it's coming. You wouldn't jump out of a plane without a parachute. It was just a one-on-one promo with Jake. Pretty cool. But then it also led to a match with we had the Murder Hawk Monster, Mr. Lance Archer, against. I love how most sites just say local jobber.
I know exactly who
it was. Alan Angels. Okay.
Yeah, he's a former SHW champion.
Okay, and he does a lot of. Wasn't he the guy that got the beer thrown at him from MJF a few months ago? Right.
Yeah, he was the guy who threw the beer at MJF.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. He's a former SHW champion, and whenever Chris Jericho and Kenny came to SHW, when after the big team brawl, Alan Angels was left in the ring, and Team Kenny took turns doing all of their finishers on him, and Kenny hit him with the one-wing angel.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Tony Khan praised Alan Angels last week.
Well, good.
Anybody wants to look? Everybody should definitely check out his SHW stuff on IWTV. Promo code SHW for 5 days free.
But I want to ask you, MJ, before you get to your point, do you like Lance Archer being booked in all these squash matches while he's just being debuted into AEW?
Do I like it?
Yeah, because there's certain ways of debuting a character. Some of them are usually having them set up for squash matches. Other ways you have them just go right at the head guy, like kind of Moxley did. He didn't really run through anyone. He was just kind of given that spot. Do you like that they're just kind of throwing enhancement talent? Do you like that they're throwing enhancement talent at Lance Archer?
Well, who did he face? I forget. I really. It
was Marco the week before, and then this week it was Alan Angels.
Okay, so no, I don't like that they're doing this. I understand why they're doing it. It's kind of hard to debut that guy when there's no fans. And plus, I can see that they're keeping up with his gimmick of just demolishing everyone he sees coming down to the ring. So I feel like that's what they're trying to input first before they bring him on to this Colt Cabana match. Because this ain't going to be no enhancement match this week. This is going to be an actual Lance Archer Colt Cabana match.
Nah, Archer's going to beat his ass.
I think so
You
too.
think so? Well, I think Colt might get... It's not going to be a short match. I know that. It won't be
squash.
It won't be a short match.
No, you know what? I'm sorry, MJ. I'm going with Kyle. I think it's just going to be a straight up squash.
No, they have to. The credibility they've been giving Colt, they at least have to give him some offense to give him like a 6-minute match, man. Come on. And plus,
No,
it's a tournament.
That's still a squash.
They give him enough spotlight on BT. He's fine.
And he's already established.
Aren't they
That's
both
the thing.
undefeated?
He's already established.
Aren't they both undefeated?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So that the match does have a little bit more weight since they're, I guess, technically both of them are undefeated. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm still.
I'm just saying
I'll bet $1. I'll bet a whole dollar.
Shown any weakness on Colt, so that's why I'm saying that.
Did you have Colt beating him in the tournament?
No, hell no.
All right.
Nah.
All right. Neither did I. Okay.
Dude, I actually saw some people's brackets with Colt Cabana over Archer. I was like, what the fuck?
And actually, I have a theory from this promo that Jake cut. I don't think Archer is the only man that Jake is bringing in.
You don't?
Well, think about this. The first time Jake came on, he said he didn't say he had a person, right? He said he just had a whatever he called it, And then Archer comes in. And then he said that he was going to come at Cody, but then this is like weeks away, and I'm sure that they had plans going into Blood and Guts about it, but now it just seems that Jake is there by himself, and he just letting Archer do what he does, and that he's just a manager-esque to him.
Well, see, Jake can't actually be there right now.
Well, I knew that because he's quarantined and everything, but
right.
it was before the fact that I think that Jake has more people behind his belt.
I don't know. I see your point, but also Cody basically said that he's not going to let Archer have his match immediately, and so I think they're going to build this up. It's going to be a little bit.
Yeah, Cody said that I think it was in a tweet, or maybe it was at a conference call. He said that Lance Archer doesn't have any body of work in the United States.
Yeah. He said, all he's got is Japan, and so he's got to earn his way to Cody.
You laugh at that, MJ, but what?
Wait a
I mean,
minute.
there's some truth to it. No,
Lance Archer was in the States before Japan.
Yeah, he was actually. He was in TNA, WWE,
TNA, all that.
everything.
the Rockin', what was it? The Rockin' something in
Actually,
infection. The Rockin' infection.
New Japan didn't give Lance his push till like 2 years ago.
Rockin' Rave Infection. That's what it was.
Because he came back. Lance came back with Davey Boy. Then Davey Boy left, and then that's when they started pushing him as a single star.
Yeah, he didn't. Lance was in Killer Elite Squad, right?
Yes.
And he after Killer Elite Squad, that's when he started getting a singles push.
I mean, damn, he was the U.S. champion, man.
Yeah, but I mean, but that was all in. Again, that was in New Japan. But before this, when he was in, he was in WWE ECW for a fucking.
He was a joke in WWE.
Right. He was.
And not that wasn't his fault. Like they cut his hair. They made him change his name from Lance to Vance. I mean,
he was with what? He was with what? Zack Ryder or something?
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
No, so I like what Cody's saying. It does sound, it kind of comes off a little bit prickish, and he's kind of supposed to be this, the shining baby face. But I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I'll give him that. So
yeah,
at least that's my opinion. I know MJ kind of.
I'll say this once.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I think we should expect a Cody heel turn. Not now, of course, but it just feels like it's coming because he does it so good. And plus the thing with him and Kenny, that past, that's still there because they barely have any segments with those two together.
That's true.
As far as the TNT tournament altogether, I see Cody losing his next fight. I think Darby will put him out.
Thank you. I don't think Cody is going to make it. He's
No,
not.
he's not.
I don't think so either.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Darby and Archer, and I think Darby's gonna win the whole thing. Because I think Cody's gonna lose by Archer. By ways of Archer, and Archer's gonna lose by Cody.
No, I just think that Darby's gonna beat Cody. I think that's gonna be the storytelling because of the elbow.
Maybe.
And that they do have a big history too, but I can see Archer getting involved a little bit.
Ooh,
and
I never
Cody.
thought of that.
Well, I don't mean physically. Maybe like some sort of distraction from the side or something.
Just so Cody can get involved with Archer's match because they couldn't realistically have Darby beat Archer clean.
Right. Right.
You don't know that.
MJ, who did you have in your bracket? Who did you have winning?
I didn't make one.
You didn't make
can't-
one.
I'm not going to do it this time because
No, you can do it now.
it's an interesting bracket with a lot of high top talent, and I can't distribute that. The only one I could distribute is Colt and Lance, but I just can't. Or because even so, I mean, I'll even say it. Who says that Sean's not gonna? He might advance. You don't know.
Well, fill out a fucking bracket. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Not Sean. Why don't I say Sean? He's already out.
Kip.
Yep.
I said I meant to say Sammy. Who says Sammy's not gonna advance?
Oh,
Sammy.
You don't know that.
Because he's fucking. Isn't he in the first round with?
Okay, but he's got inner
Darby,
circle
yeah.
behind him. He's got inner
Yeah.
circle behind him, man.
yeah, nah, man. Darby's gonna beat Sammy.
Yeah, and I don't think Sammy doesn't really need this. I mean, you can already say he's getting kind of like a little bit more established just by being around all the rest of the inner circle and all the stuff he's doing with Jericho. I mean, by God, him and Jericho have a great relationship on screen.
Well, what does suck is that the tournament's probably already resolved. So
That is true. And you know what? I hope that there's no leaks.
Me too.
I hope.
I mean, no, I don't think there's gonna be.
There won't be. There's no way they can. The only people who know are the people who work there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if you have a fucking rat? What if you have someone that's trying to steal something from someone else's website and then put it on over as theirs?
This is not the
Something like that.
This is not the late '90s, Brian.
Yeah,
This ain't Russo,
bro.
I made the brawl for all. All right.
Dude, I haven't watched that Brawl for All episode yet.
You haven't
It's
watched it?
good.
I've watched it. I've watched
I
it.
thought
it was
it was
good.
gonna be bleak, but it is actually pretty good. I didn't know some of the shit. They really touch on draws a lot, which I think is very fucking good because he
Yeah.
deserves every fucking bit of spotlight.
The next episode is going to be amazing.
What is it
Fucking
about?
the Jimmy Snuka thing.
Oh,
Dude,
I worked on a show with him. I worked
this
on an
isn't
indie
good.
show in Jersey with him once. He was just ripping cigarettes the entire time in the back. And also, side note, I didn't know this because I was just this was a while ago, but apparently, and this could just be a little rumor that was passed around, but I don't think so. I want to say he got a certain pay rate for which rope he did his splash off of. So if he did it off the second rope, it would be X amount. If he did it off the top rope, it would be Y amount. I thought that was fucking very clever if that were true. But
what kind
anyway,
of Dana White shit is that?
anyway, okay, Jimmy Snuka, that's interesting.
It's bad for Vince.
Yeah, not good for Tamina either, I'm sure.
Ooh, didn't think about that.
But for anyone who don't know, you need to watch Dark Side of the Ring. It's a fucking amazing show.
Yeah,
and Jericho also, he throughout the whole second season, he is
Doing
that's true.
doing the not commentary, but the voiceover or
The
whatever.
narration for it.
Narration.
narration.
Yeah.
We're all a bunch of.
Yeah, yeah, right. That the Brawl for All was my favorite episode so far. Just because all the other ones are great, but this one was just a little bit lighter and it wasn't quite as serious and heavy as
my favorite one's Bruiser Brody. That's my favorite one.
that one was good too.
I'm telling you that the last episode of this season is going to be something. It's the Owen Hart one.
Oh, I don't think they're allowed to do it.
Hey,
No, I think I saw a picture with him or something, right?
He got his wife and his son on it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's why I thought because his wife is very
And this is the first time that she spoke about it.
Oh damn.
It's
Except
got to
for, like-
Jericho, man. Jericho is letting all these people get their shit out.
Right. Hey, did you guys see that there is another tournament going on in that other company at the same time? Did you see they announced that?
No, I did not.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
the
great.
cruiserweight tournament.
Yeah, they have an
Oh,
interim
the
cruiserweight tournament.
Because fucking Jordan Devlin can't defend his title, so now they're having an interim cruiserweight championship.
I mean, it's convenient.
Yeah.
Very
What?
Dana White-ish.
Yeah, but it's just the timing of it with AEW having a tournament for a new title I thought was funny and slightly petty, but maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows?
Okay, we're going to record right now. Do we
Just
think that Charlotte won because of AEW?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, and isn't Rhea off TV?
Well,
Yeah,
she
but
just
it's been
debunked.
debunked.
Yeah, she debunked it. She's still in the U.S.
Oh,
Yeah. It's been debunked. They tried to some dirt sheets tried to sell it as she couldn't get she was having visa issues and had to go back to Australia, but it's been debunked. So that was 100% for sure. We need to put her on NXT to boost ratings. But because apparently Charlotte's not going to be exclusive to NXT, she's going to have the NXT Championship over all 3 brands.
Well, yeah, it was. You could defend it over all brands anyway when Rhea was champion.
That's true.
Yeah, but she didn't.
That's true. Well, yeah, she did. She faced Charlotte. What are you talking about, Kyle?
Well, didn't Charlotte challenge her though?
Yeah, I always say that though. They always say, "Oh, we're going to bring the belts on all 3 brands." Then they never do.
Charlotte challenged
like the women's tag titles
and won. Wait, can we?
What's up?
Anyway,
Dynamite.
So
my favorite match ever.
Yeah, this next one was fucking. This one came out of nowhere. This was my match
damn
of the night.
banger.
But Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida. I mean, Britt Baker. If you want to talk about iconic pictures, she had the one the week prior with her holding the shoe and looking fucking crazy. And now this match, she gets her nose busted open by. How did Shida do it? What happened? Like, did you guys see where the contact was, or what?
It may have been a botch, honestly.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think she hit her face. Like, I think Shida did. I forgot what Shida did.
Well, was it a strike that Shida did, or was it something? Was it remember like when Cesaro like jumped into the post and it was kind of his fault?
Oh,
like,
talk about that.
Well, what I'm just saying.
I think it was some kind of slam.
Okay, I'll have to go back and check the tape, but.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, she was the blood was pouring, and at one point, this was my favorite fucking part of the match was she asked Paul Turner for one of his gloves that he was wearing to put on because I guess she was going to go for her submission hold, and I guess she was going to put the glove on her hand to try to go do it since she already at that point she was bleeding a lot and she I guess wanted to protect it, but.
Yeah,
I mean, in this climate, taking the glove from Paul Turner, I feel like that's not even. You shouldn't be doing that from the get go. But anyway, I thought that was just a fun little detail that she did. And if they did that on the fly, fucking man, I tip my cap to y'all. But.
Her face with the bloody nose is so iconic of an image that they made a shirt of it because of course they did.
Yeah, next day. MJ, what'd you think of this match?
Dude, at the end, I kind of thought that Hikaru was going to get beat. And I was going to kind of get pissed. But, all right. Okay. History of these fucking podcasts. Britt Baker put on a good match.
Hey, there we go.
She made some good face gestures that were memorable. She made that match hers even after that botch. Which, yes, it was a botch. I could tell.
Oh, okay. All right, well, there you go.
Give credit where it's due. We've... myself and many others have shit on Britt Baker throughout most of her AEW career, but dude, she's getting good. She's much better.
Either that,
so much better.
That or Shida.
Or Sheeta's that damn good. Which either one, I would say either one could be true. But
I think her being a heel, I think, is also helping her.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. But yeah, man, Baker's for sure like. She's doing so much better now. This was, in my opinion, her best match in AEW.
Agreed. I'm with you. I feel like I keep saying that for every Britt Baker match that I see, but that's a good thing. That means that each time. No, what do you mean? Each time she's getting better and better. And I mean, we're not here to criticize the ability of people and stuff. I mean, but it's just good. It's good. It's noticeable. It's good to see.
Yeah. Another thing in this match, there was a point where, the fans in the crowd, it was just other indie talent and some SHW talent was over there in the crowd. At one point, Britt was on the Shida. The crowd held her up so Shida could kick her. Danny Jordan was holding her legs, and now this week, Britt Baker has a match, but it's not announced who she's facing. I think it's against Danny. I think she's going to have a singles match against Danny. Just because it would make sense, because Danny and Anna Jay were the only other female talent out there, and Anna Jay was on the heel side, so that would make sense for her to be a heel versus heel.
Right.
So it had to be Danny, which is going to be weird because Danny's a heel, but in AEW she's portrayed as a face. So
Is Naya in quarantine, or she not been there?
she's in quarantine.
Okay.
I'm confused though. How come some people are like, if she's in quarantine, does that mean that she's showing symptoms, or is she just?
I think it's just a flashy way.
She's self-isolating. She has, I forgot how many. Her and her wife have a few kids, so
Okay.
I'm sure it's a risk for them.
Yeah.
But also, have you noticed that only the people who live in the southeast are at AEW?
That's true.
Everybody else isn't there. Like,
that's true.
They're missing about 39 or more of the roster.
Well, does Georgia have have one of those not stay at home, but
Yeah,
I know there's some states that are way more strict than others.
I believe so. Georgia is under a stay-at-home order, which is why all these shows are taped. They taped them all before they had to leave.
Right.
Yeah, like you got to give AEW some credit. Like they're doing good with what little bit of the roster that they have.
That's why they're pushing this enhancement talent, and they're doing a good job. I think they did a really good fucking job at the crowd.
It
they
also
acted like fucking fans, and they actually, you know what I mean? People were complaining about them holding people. Dude, a fan would fucking do that to a heel, so a fucking face can beat them up, like in the old days. So they just brought that back with talent that did it, not just like regular fans.
Besides it being, cool having them in there as the fans for the crowd, this also is giving these indie workers who can't work, this is giving them a payday and letting them work.
That's very true. I mean, same thing for the Brody Lee match. He faced another guy that's not on the roster. He faced Lee Johnson, who I'm assuming is is he another SHW guy?
SHW. He
is.
Yep.
Okay. So this was another thing that they're trying to introduce these new characters, like we saw with Lance Archer. Now they're doing the similar thing with Brody Lee, trying to establish him. And he's having these enhancement matches, but he's destroying these guys. And what did you think, MJ? Did
I can't take 2 squash matches in one night.
I know, but I think it's under the circumstances that they have right now with with the players that they have right now that are available. I think they're just trying to do as best as they can.
Yeah. That was Lee Johnson's second AEW appearance. He was on Dark.
Oh really?
Yeah. He was on Dark.
Yeah. He also got a lot of great praise from a lot of the people.
Okay.
If Danny has a match this week, which is my theory, that'll be her third AEW appearance. And there's a rumor going around that you have to make 3 AEW appearances before you get signed.
All right. Is she holding any gold in SHW?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, SHW doesn't have a women's championship yet.
Oh well, shit. I hope they do soon, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we mentioned it before. There was a Brody Lee squash match with Lee Johnson. I
got something about this. Not necessarily the match. The vignette before this, there was a lot of controversy saying that it was another Vince McMahon dig. What'd y'all think about it?
For when did he do one?
Like before Brody Lee's, before his match, there was a little video that played that showed him like coming up in like a SUV, getting out. And there's 3 Dark Order guys standing there, and there's one guy in a tie, and the other 2 don't have ties.
I must have fucking missed that then. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a Vincent. Oh, I think wasn't I want to say, I know someone was just recently on Jericho's podcast. Oh, I think it was one of the referees, and he said that he wasn't dressed up, and he ended up getting fired for it. I don't think it was necessarily Vince that saw him, but that does sound like something that would be a Vinceism. Yeah.
But how do y'all think about this? About how it seems like a lot of people are trying to say like it, and like I see where people see it. There does seem to be some jabs here and there at Vince McMahon, but I don't think Brody Lee's exalted when his character is a direct spoof of Vince McMahon, as people are saying. I think he's more like a mob boss.
I just think people didn't expect it to go this way.
Yeah,
People expected it to go way more darker, which he is out in the ring, but I just think that it's different. It is. We didn't expect it. Even when he debuted it, I did not. For 1 minute, I was like, "Nope, it's not Luke. That's not his voice." Psh, yeah, right. That's fucking Daniels. Nope, it's not. It's Luke. And I was like, "Wow." Then when he showed up with the suit, I was like, "Wow, what is this?" At first, I'll tell you, I didn't like it because of what everyone was saying, and they were right. And I was like, "Oh man, what is this shit? I don't want no spoofs, dude. This ain't no fucking Ted Turner spoof shit. I want a good fucking, I can't have spoofs. I can't do it.
I hope that they're not doing this for the long run, but for him to do this for the first few weeks while, he's in these just kind of squash matches, sure, why not? It's fucking entertaining as hell. So
it's also like I see the Vince McMahon jabs, but he's more like a mob boss to me. That's what it seems like. He seems like he's just like leading this organization, but he's leading it like a ruthless mob boss.
I want Marco in Dark Order.
What the fuck?
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, do you not understand how devastating it would look to have the offense Marco was already presented and putting him next to Brody Lee and then being a tag match and doing different ways of destructive moves that a big guy and a little guy can do?
That'd be pretty
I'm gonna have to hard disagree.
Come on, dude. That's gold.
I'm gonna have to hard disagree with you.
Never been done. How about that? Never been done.
It's being done right now in Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
Get out of here. They're not heels, man. They're not Dark Order. They're not a serious group. They go out there and play and ponder to the crowd. And come on, man.
I don't know.
Oh, you're fired up, MJ.
Yeah.
My cat just meowed.
Any other?
No, why I'm fired up is because we have to be, man. There's no fan. The fans has not been there, so we have to be the fans after the show.
That's true. What'd you, MJ? What'd you think of the main event with Cody beating Shawn Spears?
I said this earlier. Probably
we skipped the match.
What's up? Did we?
Yeah, Kenny and Nakazawa.
Oh, that's right.
Best friends.
Hold on, I'm gonna let my cat.
Yeah, I mean, how much? This one wasn't. This one didn't really have consequence. I guess the one thing that was on the line was the best friend's namesake. But come on, it's not. It was funny. It was entertaining. But there's no way I was gonna beat him.
I love that video where Orange Cassidy just comes out of nowhere, walks over, kicks open the door, and just stands there. And best friends walk in. They're like, "Hey, we heard everything you just said."
Yeah, from a different door. They both came from different directions. I thought that was hysterical. And then he went back in the same way. He stayed in like the trailer, wherever the fuck they were. It's like, what? Yeah, that's what I love about AEW is they don't take themselves like so seriously. Like you have shit like this where like that's the thing that starts off this match, and like I liked it. It was just we also didn't mention Nakazawa they were looking for names, and he threw out their best friends, and
that. And when Kenny was like, "Oh no, you can't do that. That's their names," and he was like, "You're an EVP, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am. So I guess I could."
Now about the match, this is the first time I'm ever going to reference these guys on here. Figure 4 wrestling. They said that this match was not good to do comedy in front of no fans. What do you think about that?
I don't think so. I think it translates to TV. I think.
Yeah.
They just said that it's just goofy enough to just.
I enjoyed it.
No one's there. I did also.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It got shit on a lot, but I enjoyed it.
But I do kind of agree with that though. It's the same thing as taking bumps. Hard bumps while not being filmed or on a commercial.
I don't see. It's just weird. I don't know. The fan base doesn't seem to really be behind Nakazawa or understand Nakazawa.
No, I mean he's a comedy guy that's kind of linked up sort of with one of the top guys. So no one really. It is kind of an interesting dynamic that they have. But he's fun in the ring. I definitely like their time.
If you watch their DDT, watch him in DDT when they were a tag team, you'll understand why they did this.
Mm-hmm. What was their tag name in DDT? I forget. Did they even have one? I know they tagged, but I didn't know if they had.
I
Actually
can't
had
remember.
Yeah.
I've only seen like a hear bits and pieces.
Right.
AEW fans seem to be Joshi fans more than anything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
They know they love Sema. I love Shima, man.
Do
He's
yeah.
good.
Him and Strong Hearts are great.
Right.
It's just weird how they're in MLW right now. You know, they switch in between.
Yeah. It's just weird. The whole MLW unspoken partnership, not really partnership thing they have going on is weird.
But their partnerships with the same. I don't get it. Laredo Kid versus Hammerstone. Y'all need to watch that. I'm gonna plug that for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, actually, tonight we get the new episode of Fusion. I know this is an AEW podcast, but
Actually, it's already happened.
Well,
an hour
yeah,
and 39 minutes ago.
They're going to be
Yeah.
airing it.
But I just think it's interesting that Hammerstone and Laredo Kid are having a match inter-promotion where the promotion has Kenny as their mega champion.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you think that they're showing their hand? I mean, there's no way that Hammer's going to win.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I mean, I love him.
Why do you think he's not going to win? Why do you think he's not going to win, man?
Because he's part of MLW. So that means that he's going to have to challenge an MLW wrestler is going to challenge an AEW wrestler in AAA. That's not going to make sense.
Hey, while we're on the subject of MLW, I would just like to go ahead and plug our sister group, MLW Major League Wrestling Discussion. It's a Facebook group, just like the AEW group, but it's all about MLW. It has MLW talent and staff part of the page, and our fellow admins Patrick and Alex help run it. It's mostly it's a group Alex made, and he's done a really good job, and we're trying to build that group up for them. So
Hell yeah.
If you're a fan of MLW, go join that group.
And also, before the main event is being talked about, go get the other sister company, Pure Japanese
Pro Wrestling.
I was waiting for someone to end it.
Pure Japanese Pro Wrestling.
That's it.
PJPW.
That's
Where
all-
can you
that's all
find
I
them?
can say about it. Oh, the same as MLW on Facebook. I don't know the at.
That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, go do that. Well, we're getting to the main event now. I guess I think I brought it up to you before, but we had Cody Rhodes going over Shawn Spears. So Shawn Spears is out of the tournament. This was the first match of the semifinals for the TNT tournament. So Shawn is out. I guess Shawn is still going to be looking for a tag team partner. Him and Tully are on the hunt. MJ, how did you feel about Cody going over for and advancing in the tournament?
It was expected. Very expected. I thought actually there was a chance for Shawn to win because he kicked out of those two crossroads, but it went expected.
Yeah. I know a lot of people were kind of up in arms about saying that this was one of the ones where there was a lot of little kind of shenanigans going on the outside with like outside not weapons, but they used the table and there were no DQs thrown out there. So I know some people had a little problem with that. Kyle, did you have any issue with that?
No, I figured Cody would win. I was very surprised on how good Shawn Spears did in this match, and like how close this was. Like at one point, I literally was thinking maybe Shawn might win, but I thought it was a really good showing for Spears, and it showed that he's not just this nobody wrestler in AEW. Like he actually can put on good matches.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. And
that was a good point. But Kyle, you didn't answer his question.
No, I think he did in the beginning, maybe.
Well,
no, you didn't. The question is, did you mind them not being disqualified for all the weapon use?
Oh, shit.
With like the table breaking and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and the guardrail.
Yeah, I didn't mind it just because they've said before that like it's ref discretion, and like when it comes to important matches, they're not just gonna throw them out on a DQ.
Mm.
Yeah, and
All
plus, who's to say that the champion's always going to be contested under no disqualification?
True.
Yeah.
This was we saw this one kind of coming. But before we close up shop, there is something I do want to talk about. And I think we talk about it before? I don't know. But the rumors flying around there about who Sean Spears' mystery tag team partner is. I believe last episode we discussed the idea of having one of the guys from the Revival filling that position, because at the time of recording the last episode, the Revival were still under contract with WWE, but however, things have changed. Now both members are gone. Both are free to do whatever the fuck they want. So maybe maybe Sean and Tully, they don't find one tag team guy. They find two tag team guys, and they bring them both in at once. Would you guys be on board with that? I guess Kyle first.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. It seems like a lot of the fans are kind of fantasy booking a 4 horseman stable with these people, along with maybe throwing in MJF or Hangman,
right,
in it. Which I think that Hangman one would be interesting. It'd be a way to get them away from the Elite.
That would be good.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think that may end up happening. It's interesting to me that they released both members of the Revival at the same time, and what's also interesting is the release. It was an immediate release, as in there is no 90-day no compete clause. They can sign today if they wanted to.
Huh.
So it's really weird, how that's cool. I wonder what the reasoning for that is.
All right, well, I think it's about time to wrap this up. So let's get to some final plugs and our last thoughts. Last thoughts? That's not what it's called. Final thoughts, I guess we call it. Final thoughts. Yeah, this was definitely it was a fun episode of Dynamite. I guess we're gonna be getting these taped matches for the time being, obviously. But the bigger thing though that I want to discuss is, again, I'm going to apologize one more time for posting something that was fucking fake. We had the best intentions. That was really what it was all about, and you know what? It was successful, and we are amending the situation. So. Thank you guys for bearing with us, and just know that we do want to present the best stuff for you, and we don't want to spread anything that's not true. So that's where I'm coming from with this. So I'll throw it over to you, Kyle, first.
Yeah, before we leave, I just want to throw it out there. Make sure to join the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group. Just go on to Facebook, onto the groups, and search AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion, and you'll see this pop up. Join us, answer our 2 security questions, and we'll get you approved and get you in the group. Join that group. If you're a fan of the MLW, join the MLW group, MLW Major League Wrestling Discussion. And join if you're a fan of Japanese Pro Wrestling. Join Pure Japanese Pro Wrestling on Facebook groups. You're listening to this podcast, which is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. So make sure to go and find them and subscribe to them and give them.
Yes. Sorry, I got excited.
And if you're a Discord user, join the AEW Discord. It's discord.gg/AEW. It's pretty great. All kinds of channels talk about pretty much anything in there. And I think that's about it for me.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And I will throw it, as always. I feel like this has kind of become a normal thing now. MJ is always the one to do his last and final plugs before we bid you adieu.
Good night.
Yes. MJ, please start talking so I don't have to.
Any wrestling that has a network, like MLW on YouTube, whatever, subscribe to them, man. Do it. If it's just some petty money, I would do it too. Join anything to watch your content because they're really hurting right now. I saw a lot of posts in my local promotions. They don't have that, so need to keep these people eating. And in closing, Breathe with the motherfucking switchblade, baby. Breathe with the switchblade, baby.
Whoa.
I knew there was going to be a Jay White
Is
reference.
this an old MJ?
Yeah.
Is
Breathe
old
with the
MJ back?
fucking switchblade. All other wrestlers are fucking booty shit trash. Jay fucking White is the best in the fucking world. Fuck you, Sean. Fuck you, Brian. Fuck you.
Sean? Who's Sean?
Alex.
Everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys.
But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us, and we just bid you adieu. Mwah. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Goodbye. And good night. Bang.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by U-Record Studios from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle RavePro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.